podcast during the week, JP. If you listen to a sports podcast, it's called Shock Jocks.
JP, let me give you some advice. When the boss asks you, "Did you watch his podcast?" Just say yes,
Saturday,
even if you didn't. Just say
Saturday,
yes.
the Saturday
So,
Shock Jocks. There you go. Tonight we have the skills contest and the 3-point contest and the dunk contest. NBA. The skills competition will get you the
question.
roster.
Whatever
I
happened?
like the skills and the
3 points. Whatever
The
happened
dunk
to the
contest
dunk
is terrible.
contest having more people than only 4 dunkers? Has it
Nobody
become,
does it anymore. Nobody wants to do it anymore.
Has it become that much of a hassle?
Well, because all the good dunks have already been thought
Yeah,
up.
what
There's
can you do different?
There's no originality anymore. I think it's kind of just lost its luster.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
not
I always
trying
thought
hard enough.
Well, I always thought the biggest problem is that what Hunter's kind of pointing out is if you only have 4 people and then you let these young guys in it, which do have probably the most hops in a lot of this, but they don't have the name recognition, and they're trying to get the name recognition through the dunk contest. And you can go over the years, and almost every person who's tried to get the name recognition through the dunk contest, so you still never heard of them a few years later. The good players that come in, like the Jordan versus Dominique, the Vince Carter dunk contest when he destroyed everybody, the other guys actually did pretty good. Aaron Gordon's in this.
The only
got
two
beat
that people
by
will
Zach
know
LaVine,
are
and
Dwight Howard and Aaron Gordon.
Right, and Dwight Howard, and I would bet all my money in the world that he's going to win tonight, just because of the Kobe stuff, all the Kobe stuff they're doing this weekend. He's already said he's dedicated to Kobe. I guarantee he's going to go between the legs like Kobe did in the dunk contest with a Kobe jersey on. It'll just be, will he be wearing 8 or 24 or 2 or all of them? But I don't know Derek Jones Jr. and Pat Connaughton if they walked in this room right now. And
Pat Connaughton is a white boy, so
yeah,
let's see what he does.
I would let's see what the fist pump and let's see what he does.
Let's see what he does.
Well, Brent Berry won it, and he didn't even take off his warm up jacket to win it. That's how easy it was for Brent Berry to win the dunk contest.
I'm just surprised.
I remember when Brent Berry won it. Now that you bring that up,
He's won the 3-point and the dunk.
Yeah,
That
just
ought to be the
surprised.
first thing. That should never be the last.
Should Brent Berry be in the Hall of Fame for that?
No,
For winning the dunk and the 3-point contest?
No.
It's a gimmick.
I give him a lot of credit for winning the 3-point.
It's
That comes with skill.
Barry
Doing
was
a
pretty
dunk
good.
contest is just terrible.
I didn't. Terry, none of us can dunk.
Terry's in such a terrible mood this morning.
Terry can dunk. What are you talking about? Terry
Terry's just ready for
Terry
our
could
XFL
dunk back
talk.
in.
So.
He's like the guy in
Oh,
what's the
God.
name of that movie? Napoleon Dynamite back in '82.
Oh yeah, Uncle
Terry could
Rico.
dunk back in '82. Yeah, Uncle Rico. That was it. He's the Uncle Rico of basketball.
Well,
Terry.
I'm sure the world will tune in if they ever get Zion Williamson in the dunk contest. That's probably the biggest.
God, he's played great.
The biggest thing on the list for a lot of people. I mean, you like I said, you want to see the stars. You want to see the good players that you know in the dunk contest. And I'd like to see at least 6, and maybe even 8. All you gotta do is reduce the time. You say you got 2 chances. If you leave every time you leave your feet, that's an attempt.
I like it.
That'll
the
cut
rounds.
back on the toss.
I like when they go through the rounds.
Right. First round, second round,
whittle
third
it
round.
down. Yeah. Now you only got 4 people. It's like, okay, what is?
Yeah, if you
they got this, and then just the final 2, and it's over. It's gonna be what? Just maybe a 20-30 minute spectacle, and that's it.
What if they mix the 2 at the same time, Terry?
The 3-point contest and the dunk
Right.
contest.
You shot 2 threes, they rest, and then you had somebody dunk as one long. When we come back,
Well, that would feel
Derek
like
Jones dunk.
that would feel like a skills competition, though.
I don't know. I'm just
If you think about like, oh, this guy has to shoot a 3 and then he's got to perform a great dunk.
no, not the same. I'm just talking about
At the same time, it'd be too
No,
much
I'm
much
just saying,
happening.
You're watching, TV break. So this TV break, we're watching the first round of the 3-point, and then it's the first round of the dunk contest, then the second round of the 3, then the second round of the dunk. Just to give the dunkers some time to rest their legs as well. 3-point shooters need a little time on that too. Just throwing ideas. I don't care that much. So Dwight Howard, Gordon, Terry, you got a favorite in all that?
Well, if you had to bring Dwight Howard back, it's like you keep saying, that's who I'm going to pick because you had to go back and get somebody.
Gordon should
who
win
had
it.
won it. He should.
I'm taking Aaron Gordon.
He should, but I'm going to take Dwight Howard.
Betting man takes Dwight Howard is what I'm looking at. Skills challenge: Jason Tatum, Pascal Siakam,
that
Bam
should be easy.
Adebayo, Domantas Sabonis, Patrick Beverly, Chris Middleton, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Hunter's favorite, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Hunter's
He's
pick
really
is
good.
Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's really good.
Terry, you got a
Patrick
favorite?
Beverly.
You got Beverly.
Mhm.
There's no defense in this skill team.
I don't know. He's still.
Does
his
he know
whole
how to
game
does
is
he know how to
totally
do
good.
any offense?
Yeah, his whole game is good.
They just
Tom,
don't
you got
ask him
I
to
got a
do
favorite.
lot of
Tom, you
offense.
got a favorite.
I'm going with Sabonis.
Hey, that's who I had as my
Sabonis.
favorite.
I've watched him play. I enjoy watching him play.
Tom, he's not your Vetus. He's not my Vetus. He's our Vetus' son.
That's right. It is kind of. I like him for the nostalgic value of some of these.
Kevin,
players.
can we stop with the dad jokes?
No.
I liked it when Tim Hardaway Jr. is
Kenny
out there
Manning.
playing. You know, I like to see the legacy players out there. It's fun to watch them.
But
See,
yeah,
I like the skills challenge, and I like the 3-point. Those are things that you do that you got to have a little bit of skill to do.
so
Okay,
there's no skill in dunk.
Terry.
Here's the real
The
question.
dunk is
Terry,
no-
now come on now. You say some outlandish things, but don't sit there and say it doesn't take any skills to dunk a basketball. It's not like they're just jumping
My
straight
Lord,
up.
Tom, if I was 6'9" and I couldn't dunk, I'd feel very ashamed.
But a lot of the guys in the dunk contest aren't. They don't want
Well,
7
that's
footers.
not the point. I've never seen many guys that's in the NBA that cannot dunk.
Yeah, but the
Steph
skill in
Curry
creating with more, challenging skill-wise, technical-wise, it does require
Well,
skill
here's
too.
a genuine question: who is going to have more viewers, the skills competition and 3-point competition and all that tonight, or the All-Star game itself?
The game will have.
And I will go back and tell you a story
I'm
because
not
when
too
you think
sure.
about all the stuff that they can do, we had a guy who tried out for the 76ers. He didn't make the team, but he did try out. But he lived over in Morganton. And when we had our industrial team down there at Lincoln, he played with us. He was one of our salesmen. But this guy never dunked. But now he was 6'7". He never dunked until the very last game that we were playing. And he looked at Ray Littlejohn and says, when you get the rebound, give it to me. I'm going to make these people shut up. And they threw it to him, and he come in there sideways and slammed it coming the back of his head. And then he just, as soon as he slammed it, he takes the ball and he lays it down and points and says, take me out. Because these people had hollered at him all year because all he'd do was spin to the roll and just lay it in. Because this was easy for him. This was nothing hard, playing. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's good players over there. But, he did that one time.
This was in a what level game?
This was in Industrial League basketball, yeah. And,
Gotta give the people what they want.
Yeah, he did it one
Industrial
time, and then he
League.
said, take me out.
Holy cow! I played some beer league basketball with Richard Anderson for a little while. Remember old Richard played for the Hornets? Big old guy, 6'10", shooting threes all the time. Yeah, I think he moved away. I haven't seen him in a while, but his kids came through Shelby. But he played some beer league basketball.
Tom, I bet you
It's
didn't
fun.
realize who we passed when we were walking to go to the coach's room for the media conference. Paul Silas.
Did?
Mm-hmm. He walked right past us with his wife.
I don't remember that.
Yep.
I remember when Porzingis was behind us and he wouldn't speak to you.
Yeah.
Hunter had a great
My
night. didn't he?
God, Hunter.
Poor Hunter's
Who
like,
are you?
seriously, I'm really kind of feel like I feel like I'm the kid who snuck in after hours at the cookie store. Like I'm really not supposed to be here, so I'm
Right.
going to be on my best behavior. And then Hunter's like very relaxed. You can tell he's done this before. Porzingis, give me whatever Hale Washington or whatever.
He's a
stupid stuff.
Redskins fan.
Whatever
I
stupid
wanted to
stuff.
I just wanted to
Whatever
say
stupid
Hale.
stuff.
Hail to the Redskin from
Hail to the
Kristaps
Redskins.
Porzingis.
I mean, no,
My
no,
God.
Kevin. I mean, but he's like I say, he's used to it. I look
Right.
around and I'm
He's
not very tall.
7'3".
I'm right around 6 foot tall, and even tall people. And I may have to look up a little bit at tall people, but to look in Porzingis, really, I had to look. I mean, really, you felt yourself do one of these and look
Yeah,
up
he's
at
big,
him,
man.
and like
He's
I'm
big.
like, holy cow, this man
Or
can
he's
kill me.
tall.
And
Yeah,
here's
he's
Hunter.
really
Hail
tall.
to the Redskins! Come on, give me a hail to the Redskins. I was like, what?
Now hold on, I did not like fanboy about it. I just
My
was kind of like,
God.
I was like, hey, Kristaps,
God.
hey, Kristaps,
That
and
is
then
a large
we got
man.
to the point
He
where we had
probably
to,
says-
where we
Wait a minute. Let me send you this picture. We were good back in 92.
Where's
Yeah.
where's
Holy
Borrego
cow.
right now?
I don't know.
Security.
Oh, you know what was bad too?
Security.
You know what was bad
Security.
too? I literally did as well. I showed Tom the locker room for Charlotte.
Mhm.
We were walking out, and Terry Rozier was walking right behind us. I turned around and said, "Good game, Terry." Not a word. I was like, "Oh, pff, all right."
It'd have been
Well,
funny if
do you think these guys just got beaten? They're going to say, yeah, man, we only got beat
He should
tonight.
have. He should have done
Was
like
you
this.
watching the same game
Hey,
I was?
It would have been really cool if he said, "Thanks, Hunter." Boom.
Yeah.
Fist bump.
Yeah.
I would have really been in awe then.
Well, I wasn't supposed to say, well, I tried.
Yeah, I tried. I tried really hard.
We
Yeah,
bounced.
I mean, hell yeah, he tried, but obviously wasn't good enough. But what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna just sit there and go, "You sucked tonight." You know that?
I mean,
That's a good way for me not to come
who else?
back.
I got to check my email because I left my camera charger underneath your seat plugged in. I even said, don't let me forget about that.
What are you talking about?
At the Hornets game, I had my camera with me.
Oh, yeah.
I plugged in the charge the battery there under the seat and just sit there and left it. I sent an email to him, but I haven't checked it back yet. See if might have to have Hunter swing by there
Oh, at the Hornets?
at the this week at school and pick up our camera charger so we can take pictures for basketball this week. The standings here in the All-Star break: Bucks in first by 6.5 games, Celtics in third, Heat in fourth. Just made a trade for Iguodala. Sixers in fifth. There's Ben Simmons and his world champion Sixers in fifth. Hunter.
Oh yeah.
Indiana Pacers sixth, Brooklyn Nets seventh, Orlando Magic eighth. Our lovable, maybe worst franchise in NBA history, Charlotte Hornets, are 28 games out of first place, and they've won. Not 18. They've won 18, and they're 28 games out.
What was the over/under on their wins?
24.
Oh, was it 24?
Let me tell you who
no
takes a lot
guarantee
of.
they get it.
Let me tell you who takes a lot of heat, man. Embiid. Gosh almighty. Media's all over that guy, man.
Not just the media, his own fans. They booed him for 3 straight home games.
It's like, why are they all? He's hurt now, right? He's trying to play hurt.
When is he not hurt?
Yeah, that's the criticism. Yeah, but
when is he not hurt? When is he gonna get in shape? When is he gonna be dominant? You know, it's like he puts up great stats. It's great, but he hates Ben Simmons.
Then they
don't like each other.
Can the Hornets trade for him?
For who?
Embiid. And here's why. If we're gonna win 19 games a year, at least make those 19 games entertaining that he plays in. Right?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, if we're gonna pay, I mean, really, we're paying Biyombo $14 million a year. We can't pay Embiid $25. We pay Nick Batum $24 million. We can't pay Embiid.
I would
whatever.
trade for Ben Simmons before they give him a huge contract extension.
Well, I think they're going to keep him and get rid of Embiid because of the health thing.
I know that Ben Simmons is a hated man on this show, but I enjoy watching Ben Simmons play. I mean,
he's good.
He's pretty
He's
good player.
scared to have a jump shot.
He likes to drive. He likes to attack the rim. He reminds me of Harden a lot, but Harden can shoot threes.
If me and Ben Simmons were in the same, we're playing basketball, not playing basketball, having a game of horse, I think it'd be a pretty good game. Now if we put like, say he would give me 5,000, I'd give him 500 and we put money on it, put some pressure on him, I think I'd beat him because he's so scared to pull the jumper.
You would not beat Ben Simmons in a game of horse.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and make a bold statement.
I don't know, Tom.
You wouldn't beat him in a game of horse.
I could beat LeBron at free throws.
No, you couldn't.
He shoots 67%.
That's in a live
67,
game. Where he's run up and down the court.
67%.
No.
I shot 90 in my senior year.
I'll say this: Ben Simmons, his game and what he does means more for Philadelphia than Embiid. And that's just because he's going to go out there because he plays like their point forward. He's like what LeBron has been doing for a long time. He might not have the jump shot, but when Embiid's not on the floor, he can still go get you between 25 and 30, but he'll still get you maybe 8 rebounds and 10 to 12 assists.
Who's their third guy, though, Kev? They got one more really good player. They have Embiid, and there's
Tobias Harris.
Hunter's boy who Hunter got traded.
That's the best player.
Hunter got him traded last year.
When you watch them play, when you watch them play, Terry, it's like they should be really good.
Did you know?
You know
Tom,
what I mean? They should be really good.
Did you know that I'm Tobias Harris's agent?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
he got him traded.
I got
last
him
year.
traded last year.
Hunter in the locker rooms. I can't. I mean, really, he's tied to everything.
He was here. He was here playing the Hornets with the Clippers.
We go to like every
and they won that game, and he dropped like 36 points.
Right.
Well, I'm in there in the locker room for interviews, and we were all gathered around Tobias Harris, and I was the last one to ask him a question. And I basically asked him, do you feel comfortable being in this closer position for the Clippers? And he was like, yeah, I feel like the team could really lean on me. And then that was on a Friday night. Saturday morning, I wake up to come in here at 6 a.m., breaking news, Clippers trade Tobias Harris to the 76ers. I was like, well.
It was all you.
Well, I made the deal for him. You know what? I built him up so much with that question, saying he's a closer.
Speaking of the Clippers, big win over the Celtics. Get a big win over the Clippers in overtime, Terry, and you didn't even talk about it. I guess you hadn't had a chance yet.
Well, I mean, we've been talking about everybody else.
But you're not.
I mean,
gonna,
what
you're not
Boston did.
You're not going to
remembers.
chime in for the double overtime game.
Listen, we don't do a lot of breaking down of regular season NBA and
It's a big win for Boston
and Major
though.
League Baseball.
Not really.
That's a big win for Boston
There's nobody in the NBA that we cannot beat, Tom.
in one game. But can you beat them in a series?
We can beat every one of them in a series.
I don't know about that. Well,
Terry, you got one.
They actually do have
Better
a
watch
better.
that. Better
They do
watch
have a better
that.
record
We
than the
need one
Clippers.
more big man.
You got a problem.
And we'd be okay. I'll put it like that.
I don't know about that 1 seed in the East, Terry.
They're not that good. We've beat them.
Kemba Walker's your leader. He's never won a playoff series.
I'm talking about in a series.
You always talk about leadership, so.
I didn't say they would
He's
sweep
also
you,
played
but I
for
said in a
Charlotte.
series.
Well, he couldn't lead them to a win.
He also played for Charlotte with no help around him.
Terry, he had 8 lottery picks on his team last year.
Come on, be real.
Toronto had
Terry,
0.
he had 8
Be
lottery
real.
picks on his team
Yeah,
last year.
Be real.
This is Charlotte. This is Charlotte fans in general. We can say our best player had 8 lottery picks, but he had no help and he never won a playoff series. But we're not going
Think of that.
But we're not going to blame him. We're going to blame the 8 other lottery picks, not this one. And leadership, Terry. If he was Draymond Green, he'd be winning, right?
Well, if he had Draymond Green, they probably would have won.
Golly.
Draymond Green.
His 7 points would have helped out so much when they're down by 25 to the
No,
Mavericks.
he'd have been on everybody else. That's the problem with Charlotte. They have no leader who jumps on everybody else. Draymond.
Borrego jumps all over Hunter.
Draymond, whether it's Curry, Durant, or whoever's on that team,
So if I kick
is
you,
telling them
I kick people
this
in-
is what you're supposed to do.
Did
I kick
Draymond tell
people
him to
into
pass him the
jewels.
ball?
That makes me a leader. I kick people,
Yes.
and that makes me a leader.
Well, that gets
No,
everybody
sorry.
else's attention.
Sorry.
And then I
No.
call Kevin Durant multiple
No.
times the B word to his
Right.
face, the best player on the team.
And
that
Durant
is
says,
somebody.
"Shut up and pass me the ball.
Yeah.
Go get a rebound."
I don't know if that's leadership.
No, he's telling him
You know how many
not
times
where
on a
you're
basketball
supposed
court
to
I've heard
be.
that, Tom?
Kevin Durant
What?
literally
Shut
came
up
out
and go
and
get
said
a
that was the
rebound.
reason why he left.
Like, I
Golden
don't know
State.
how many
Good.
times
Go
I've heard a
somewhere else. They
guard
won a
or
championship
leading scorer
without
tell a
him.
big man that.
You mean it in a pro game?
No, I'm talking about
Oh.
on just in a
Oh.
regular game, high
Okay.
school. You know, on in a pickup game. I don't know how many times I've been playing and a guard is shooting or somebody shooting, the big man says pass it, and the guard says shut up and get my rebound. If you want to shoot, you can go get a rebound. I mean, or learn how to dribble. How about that? If you want to come out here and shoot, learn how to cross over. Lakers in first, Nuggets in second, Clippers third, Jazz in fourth, Rockets fifth,
How about that
OKC
8 seed?
sixth, Dallas seventh, Memphis
How about that 8
in
seed?
eighth right now. No Portland, who blames the referees for losing. No Greg Popovich. No the New Orleans Pelicans and the Zion Williamsons.
Yeah, there you go.
But
No,
everybody's-
New Orleans Pelicans.
everybody's-
Hornets beat the Timberwolves.
Everybody's so high on Williams, though. I mean, Williamson, excuse me.
Good,
I
man.
think
Good.
He's
the
gonna be a next
NBA
star.
guy.
Yeah.
It's too bad you won't make the playoffs.
Well,
Good
I mean,
man.
it's his first year, and he's been hurt, Terry. Come on now.
What's that got to
show
do
the
with
kid a little
anything?
love. Because he's not on the court. How's he supposed to win if he's not on the
All
court?
right.
Get healthy, play.
Are any of those Duke players in the playoffs from last year?
Get healthy.
From last
Yeah,
year?
Barrett's not. Williamson's not. Who was the other one that got drafted?
Cam Reddish. She's definitely not. He's with Atlanta.
Okay, so none of the Duke players. They won more games last year at Duke than they did this year, right? So
No.
far, how many games they win at Duke last year?
What, 20 plus?
Yeah, they probably won more there than he has here.
Well, yeah, than he has here, but when it's all over, just
Nick's got
because
17.
they play so many games. Well, no,
Yeah, they should have more.
the Pelicans will have about the same wins Zion had at Duke compared to the other teams.
Right. Okay.
The
Well,
Knicks and the Hawks are just
I tell
fighting
you-
for first
I tell you, though,
in the picks.
Denver's the good team you don't hear enough about, though. You
Because
know
they're
what I mean?
small market, man.
I mean, they're a good team. You don't hear a whole lot about them.
Are
about
they in
Toronto?
L.A.? Are they in?
They won championship,
New York.
yeah, but Toronto's good every year, no
Yeah,
matter
Toronto too.
whatever they got.
Right.
They got a great
Toronto's
coach.
good.
Maybe
Nick
maybe we
Nurse is
should
a
give
great
more
coach.
credit to Kyle Lowry.
Man.
DeRozan moves
well,
on. They
there
win
you
the
go.
championship with Kawhi. Kawhi moves on. They're still in the 2 seed.
Yeah.
And Terry says for every year, they're in there, and he's the only constant. Everybody will say, I won't kick Kemba over Kyle Lowry. Kyle's done more with. I mean, would Kemba have won the championship last year with Siakam and Leonard? Would we have won a playoff series with Siakam and Leonard?
You're asking me if right now an NBA All-Star point guard like Kyle Lowry is
Right.
would have won the NBA championship with 2 other NBA All-Stars, who one of them arguably can be the best player in the NBA in Kawhi.
Wait,
I'm
how
gonna
many games
I'm gonna
Kawhi
say
won?
yes.
How many games the Lakers won? I mean, the Clippers.
The Clippers.
37.
Okay. Toronto's 3 games ahead of them.
The
Without
Clippers
him.
play in the West.
Without him.
The Clippers play in the West.
What's that got to do with anything?
Are you saying
The competition is a lot harder in the West.
I bet you could match up who Toronto's beat against what they've beat, and it'd be equal.
No.
Because
there's no way.
No, the problem is because Kawhi ain't playing half of them games because he's been sitting on the bench saying, I need a day off.
Regular
Terry,
season don't mean nothing to him.
Terry,
I don't blame
If
him.
you had to play 82 games, you'd take games off too.
Well,
You're making
nowadays I
millions-
would.
If you're making millions of
Nowadays I
dollars.
would. Michael never took days off, and he played all the time.
That was but he's
Oh,
special.
that's
that's
He's
Michael.
right.
special.
The whole
He's
generation.
special.
we
He's special.
we can all at this
Yeah.
table agree he's special, and it's not special in the brain. It's just he's a special
I think
player.
if Jordan played today, he'd be taking games off. That's just the way it is now, Terry.
Oh, well, yeah, you're right.
I just think.
I don't think if I was playing today that I wouldn't take games off. You're right. If
And that's what-
everybody else is doing it and getting paid,
And that's what
why shouldn't
I don't
And
know.
that's what
take
hurts.
I don't- I don't
But
know.
that's what hurt when Charlotte. You go to see the big time player playing Charlotte. Oh, I'm taking the
Yeah.
night
Poor
off.
Thinking
Porzingis was
out.
walking around
Right.
fine, and he didn't even
Yeah,
play.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know if he would take it off, Tom. If you read his books and his comments and stuff over the years, that was really the driving force. He was there to play basketball. He wasn't there to send selfies and to be popular. Remember, he didn't sign
grow up when there was
right,
selfies.
he didn't sign up he didn't press the Bulls into paying them $30 million till after they'd won 3 championships. He kept getting low, and it was I want to play and have to play. There's kids paying, like you said. How many kids paid for Charlotte Hornet tickets Saturday night and didn't get to see
Luka.
or Pitt or Porzingis?
And think about it. How many Luka jerseys I saw
It
out
was
there?
ton.
There were a ton.
There wasn't no Willie
Ton.
Cauley-Stein jerseys out
no,
there.
No.
Here's your problem with the NBA, just like a lot of these other sports. When I start and all I have to do is say, hey, guys, all we got to do is win 41 to 45 games. We're going to be in the playoffs, so I can take a lot of games off. Because all I got to do is win that many,
Right.
and I'm in.
Right. They took
That's,
I think there's too many.
I
'cause
think
you got
that 82
16
games is too much now.
You got
I
more
think
than
that's
half
too
the
much.
league makes the playoffs, and that's when you end up with losing. Terry, I don't know if we talked with you guys this last week. We were talking about when it was this week because Major League Baseball talked about adding the team, so it was just we didn't talk about that last weekend, right? That was just this week.
Major League Baseball
the
playoff format.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about that in a minute, but we were mentioning in basketball maybe they could cut one back to 7, and that could cut off some of that. Real quick,
or how I think that
3 out of 5
they've talked
earlier
about it.
instead of this 4 out of 7 all the way through.
Well, how I think it would be
First one
nice
should be
too
5
is
games. First one
just
should be
instead of
five.
it being East versus West, top 16 teams. You got to win to get in. Top 16 teams.
they'd have to redo the schedule and balance it out, but
That's
you
what I'm
could
saying.
do
Like
that.
instead of East
All right.
versus West, top 16, you'd have better competition every
Stat
night.
of the week.